Unmute. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Task Force Unlikely, Episode 10, Consequences. So, last time, scroll down on my notes, you guys sent Narshinda on his way to help the Master Lord of Waterdeep, who is your friend, Durgar. He's now that guy's head butler or something. You went back into the dungeon where you saw a mysterious wizard who said the world is so much bigger than you know before he opened the giant sarcophagus. You guys took a nap, and then Navira had sensed hallowed ground down there. So you went down the stairs after your nap, and you met a kobold prince, and discovered his city of Tarbek Guard, which means safe haven in Draconic. You were declared the emissaries, and you went before the king and queen and some swobolds. You listened to their prophecies, all while Navira, kind of out of the corner of her eye, was keeping a watch on this, space baby of a red dragon who was floating in the middle of the city and glowing. And she kind of came to the realization that that was a part of Tiamat's Godspark. You guys talked to the kobold, said BRB, and Navira hustled out of the city and went to her cult safe house. There were some revelations about Navira, and that she does not worship Tyr. She worships the archdevil Zariel, and that
worshipped
tense. The archdevil Zariel, and that was her oath patron. Zariel was all totally into this and killed the dude in front of you guys. And she promised she would not harm the kobolds. And then
Tarbek wasn't mad, just disappointed.
There was a heart-to-heart. And Navira renounced her oath, and you guys said you were going to go and talk about this some more. So what do you guys want to do right now?
All right. We really need to, Order of Gauntlet right now. Please. Navira, you don't have to come if you don't want to. I understand if you need some time, but...
She's just a mess right now.
It's like pushing
I have been
cart
for the past 2 weeks. Yeah. I mean, she'll go wherever you guys go right now, because she's just kind of in her own head, trying to figure out where she's supposed to go from here.
Tarbek has...
pushing Navira towards her cart. She's gonna, sit Navira down in it, let her have a good cry, make her some tea.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Meanwhile, Tarbek's going to talk to Gayle and be like, all right, so we need to tell them now. We're on a clock. We've got about, I don't know, a couple hours and 10,000 gold pieces to put up a defense for an entire city.
Okay. Well, let's get the cart, put everybody in the cart, and then head over there. Because I'm pretty sure wherever Navira is, these devils are going to show up too.
That is actually... Do you think we can maybe get someone to cast a non-detection spell on her?
You're going to have to find somebody to do that.
Andy, do you think I can get someone to cast a non-detection spell on her?
It depends on the order of events you would like to do it in. If you want to do it before you get back to the Order of the Gauntlet, probably not.
It's a 3rd level spell, to clarify. Wait, I could have done this if I had prepared non-detection. I just didn't think of this.
Without Trace specifically says it does not protect against magical detection.
Yeah, hold on, let me see. What's the spell called? Is it just called non-detection?
Non-detection, it is a 3rd level spell. Which I would normally be able to cast, but right now I can't. No, wait.
No.
It's a bard wizard. Never mind. Bard ranger wizard.
And knowledge clerics. So... you could go to a different temple. You could try and contact a bard or a wizard for hire. It's less likely you'll find a ranger who can kind of do that around here. But you can certainly look for one if you don't want to head to either a Temple of Moradin or lead them to someplace you guys might end up.
Oh boy. Anyone else got any ideas?
So you totally can. It's just you'll have to make a check to figure out where you can go from here.
I will go to the Temple of Moradin.
Okay.
I will not have any of the other people follow me out.
Okay.
But I assume this has been where I'm staying. I've gotten to know the local clergy quite well. I've probably done some slightly gauche but otherwise nice stonework for them. And I'm going to ask if they have anyone around here who can cast a non-detection spell.
So, you approach them and they kind of ask about, and because Moradin is a wide-serving god of the dwarves, they're Molder and such. You eventually do find someone who's more studious, a knowledge cleric, who can help you, and she will follow you to wherever you need to go. Now, we had talked about something else, Daniel. I don't know when you want to do that, but that will take time.
Yeah, that should be probably after we see the Order of the Gauntlet.
Okay, sounds good.
So yeah, if I can pay for the material components, I have that 10,000 gold that I just shoved in a sack from the
they will
from the kobolds.
They will require a donation.
That's fine by me. I mean, it's basically a donation to myself.
Yeah, a 3rd level spell is 300 gold. Okay.
That's a hefty donation, but for Moradin, I can do it. So I will have them cast non-detection on Navira if she will accept the non-detection.
Gladly.
Okay, so let's see.
Now they still know where the Godspark is. They just won't be able to.
I like the idea though of them not knowing where you are at the immediate moment.
That would be nice. Yeah.
I mean, if I were to pick my favorite of a bunch of random kobolds and Navira, Lady Kaw's gonna choose Navira there.
Tarbek kind of likes these kobolds just because they've built this underground metropolis.
Yeah, it's totally his style, but
oh no, for sure. It's this is where I used to live. This is just like home. I love it here.
But don't take this personal, guys. I don't know you.
Sorry, guys. I didn't, And yeah, then I think it's time to head to the Order of the Gauntlet.
Okay. So Tarbek brings a dwarf with him. She's similarly dressed to him.
She doesn't have to come with. I mean, she can just cast a spell, but I appreciate the company.
But no, she has to come with you because she has to touch Navira to cast it.
Oh, yeah.
So she followed you back to the location. She taps Navira, thumbs up, heads back to the Temple of Moradin.
I give the Moradin fist bump or whatever.
It's a hammer bump.
Yeah, it's just a fist bump up with hammers. It's the exact same thing.
It's like sideways fist bump.
Exactly.
Okay. So, back to the Order of the Gauntlet. So you guys... It takes you maybe an hour to walk back to where the Order of the Gauntlet is, and you arrive, and it's been a while since you guys have actually been here. It's been a couple days you've been exploring that dungeon, so how do you want to approach this?
Alright, so we've got good news and bad news.
You just kind of walk into the door, kick it open.
No, not kick.
No?
I worked hard on those hinges.
So they should be sturdy enough that they can take anything.
Yeah.
Does Lady
Lucian's been
Kaw
putting
kick
him
them
through
in?
putting him through the ringer.
I don't think Lady Kaw's strong enough to kick down the door.
You unlatch it first, push it open slightly, and then you kick it in.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, it wasn't locked before. I could just thaumaturgy it open.
Well, it's also impressive.
I mean, if you want to be boring. Already off to a great start, guys. Does Gayle have anything she wants to do before we go to the Temple of the Gauntlet? Or the Order of the Gauntlet?
Nope. Gayle wants to get this over with.
Okay.
You and me both, Gayle.
I mean, what am I going to do? Bring you guys to my house? No way.
Fair enough.
No, thank you.
No, I wouldn't bring us to your house either.
Not
That's
right now,
fair.
at least.
We're not exactly the best house guests.
Yeah.
Okay. So you kick open the door, or you walk in, rather, and there are people shuffling about. There's no sense of urgency to anything they're doing necessarily.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
So, do you want to go find Ushin, Lady Savra, Father Imdar, anyone in particular, or just start yelling at people?
The first high-ranking person I see, I will take aside and be like, I need you to go get Lady Ushin and Father Imdar right now. This is a matter of extreme, planar, interplanar, fate of the world importance.
Okay.
I mean, fate of the world importance.
Yes.
You find the first person you see is a bright-faced little halfling.
First high-ranking person.
Well, this person you know.
Okay.
And he helped you before. He was the guy who cast Zone of Truth. His name is Goder Brightface, and he's this little halfling acolyte of Tempest. And he kind of very excitedly nods and says, "For the glory of Tempest!" And then he runs and goes to get Father Imdar and Lady Ushin.
All right. Who wants to break the news to them?
I guess I will, since I seem to be the only one who wants to do anything.
I mean, it's
While
not
continuing
exactly...
to fuss over Navira, Lady Kaw just kind of glares for a second.
She's got a point, but also, a little... No, you have a point, but...
It would make more sense coming from me.
Yeah, but we don't want to tell them that one of their most trusted agents has been a mole the whole time. Might want not to lead off with that.
She looks kind of sad at this.
Look,
Hug intensifies.
I don't want to be a little... Look, the truth will set you free is kind of a corny thing to say, but it's going to have to come out sooner or later. If you want, we could just say there's someone followed us or something along those lines. But are we prepared to go on lying for this, or do we just want to come clean now? Because it's going to come out eventually.
I mean, we're not lying. We're just not telling the whole truth. There's a difference there.
A lie
You can
of
tell
omission
them
is still
all
a
the
lie.
truth later. But right now, we have to keep it to the facts.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Those effects right now are there are a bunch of devils coming to take a god spark that's underneath the city, and that's going to be a bad stuff. That's the important part right now.
Are you saying this out loud?
Yes. I mean, Navira said that she had to explain it. Like,
All
they're
right,
not being the most stealthy people.
Navira, I'll leave that decision up to you.
Okay. So, coming out of his office is Father Imdar, who looks marginally better than the last time you saw him, but not much. And he's leaning fairly heavily on a hammer that he's essentially using as a crutch. Lady Ushin,
boy.
Lady Savra, and a very serious-looking Sir Roland, the halfling knight with the mastiff. Is it a mastiff? It's a dog. Mount.
It's Grumpsy.
Grumpsy. He doesn't have Grumpsy with him, but they all walk out towards you and kind of nod, and Lady Ushin says, Sir Roland was just filling us in on the home of that shop owner that we rescued Father Imdar from the basement of. He thinks he's going to move sometime soon. He's been there's been odd activity in the house.
So, we've been poking around the ruins. You told us to.
Well, they didn't tell us that. I thought the other guy told us that.
Right?
Yeah.
No, sorry, bit of a mix-up. Okay. That Lord of Waterdeep that we found in that moist cave. Well, we got some instructions from him to check out a dungeon under the town in the City of the Dead. City of the Dead, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we have some news. Tarbek takes a deep breath and is kind of looks at Navira.
She'll like put a hand on his shoulder.
We have found we have found something very important of world altering / saving / ending importance. As a matter of fact, we think we may have found the god spark of Tiamat.
Lady Ushin's face immediately falls, and she kind of stammers. What?
So, my understanding is that Tiamat was destroyed or died or something of the sort. So she's not in hell or wherever she's supposed to. Is Avernus? Is she? I don't remember. She's not where she's supposed to be. She's been shattered, and there is a baby red dragon sort of floating in the air, not moving too much. And she's got all these little kobold followers, except they're like big, beefy kobolds. If you know, that does sound like a contradiction, but and we really, I'm not sure I have time to explain all the little finicky details of it all, because there's another issue. Is that we think that there may be an infernal legion coming to take it.
We know there's an infernal legion coming to take it.
Ushin is pale white, and she kind of stammers out, Father Imdar, a word, and they will step away from the group. And
Oh boy.
the other two will kind of stand there awkwardly. And after a couple minutes of awkward standing, Lady Ushin leaves, and Father Imdar comes back. and says that he apologizes for her absence. She has some experience fighting cults of Tiamat and such, and that was a bit much for her right now.
I apologize.
He will say, how do we know? Do we know who is coming? How much of an infernal legion? Is it a cult? Is it... What's... Talk me through this.
The cult of Zariel. I don't know how many, but they're coming, way or another. And they wanted to take what God's bark.
Sorry, you cut out a bit there.
They're going to take the God's bark, way or another.
He kind of shakes his head, and he's just... There's an awful lot going on right now, and he's still sort of at like 60%. And he's just... You can tell his mind is racing through options, and Lady Savra kind of pipes up for the first time, and she looks at the four of you, and she says, what do you think we should do?
We were given a sizable sum of treasure by kobolds that inhabit this underground city. By the way, there's an underground city. They've got a whole royalty and everything.
Okay. Weird. Okay.
Yeah, that seems like a big detail that I did not remember to put in there. Anyways, we were going to use that gold to mount a defense of the city. Well, I assume that's what we're going to do. We haven't talked the whole thing through yet. This just happened.
Okay. Lady Savra kind of looks back and nods and says, well, we'll need swords for hire then, and kind of clearly says, they're not going to like this, but the best swords you can hire are the Zentarum. We should get Zentarum. Yeah, and clearly Sir Roland is just like, nope. And
does it have to be Zentarum?
It doesn't have to be, but they're going to be the most organized, the quickest, and they are no friends to devils or dragon sparks. This is all above my pay grade.
Tarbek's trying to think about how much time and money it would take to build a golem. I'm assuming too much.
A long time, and you probably have enough money, but it's definitely a matter of time.
Mm-hmm.
You could probably go buy a golem.
For 10,000, I don't know I think the Zentarum might be more bang for our buck. Pound for penny.
You will probably get one golem for 10,000 gold, and it's probably from a used sales
used golem surplus.
Please feel free to kick the legs. They definitely work.
Slightly used pre-owned golems.
Yeah. Crazy golem sales.
Is there anything I would know specifically that could possibly stop them?
So there are a couple things you know. Proper devils have a very hard time coming to the prime material plane. There is a lot of steps they have to go through. So it is unlikely that Zariel will send a large force from hell. It will all probably be cultists and devils already on the prime material plane. And you know that the cult of Zariel in the city of Waterdeep only really has about 100 members, and not all of them are fighters, so you wouldn't necessarily have a hard... They're not 100... They're not 100 strong sword arms. It's 100 people still, and some of them are priests and clerics of lower rank, but... so there's that. And you don't know how they'll get the God Spark out of here. So that may be a complication for them.
Okay. Do I think I know how long it's going to take them to organize and go?
You would say it would probably take them probably at least half a day to muster everyone. Probably another couple hours to send them to where they need to go. Unless they want to go in half-cocked. So you probably have 12 to 18 hours.
All right, so with that information going, she's going to turn to Father Imdar and say, how fast can we get this?
He says, well, depending on how many we want to hire, we could probably get a sizable mercenary force in 6 hours with the amount of coin you said. That will certainly grease some wheels. And he's also kind of talking through gritted teeth. He's clearly not a fan, but he also is a realist enough to know this is necessary. Necessary evils and all that.
How many members of the... Sorry.
If we can get them organized fast enough, hopefully faster than 6 hours, we could probably hit of Zariel's heaviest hitters already in the city before they even have a chance to get organized. I'm not saying it's a plan, but it'll definitely...
He'll say, write down what you want them to do, and I will send someone to organize it.
All right. Navira is going to take out whatever she has to write, and she's going to list all of the places that she'll even draw a crude map of Waterdeep and mark off all that she knows, especially where the heavy hitters are, their hitters are. And she's going to say, covert team, take them out. And she'll give that information to him as well. The necessary sub. And then she say, use the rest to raise an army.
Okay. He will take it, fold it, kind of take all the stuff. He'll look at the little halfling, and he's like, that's not going to work. And he looks at Lady Savra and Sir Roland, and he hands them the stuff, and they head off to go arrange that. So, as that happens, Lady Ushin comes back out, and her face is, if possible, even paler than before, and she says, Father Imdar, another word. And he's kind of steps away for a bit. Is there anything you guys would like to do while they're chatting? Anything you want to discuss privately amongst yourselves?
All right, so we're gonna have to explain to the kobolds that shit. Oh boy, we got a lot to explain to the kobolds. What are we even gonna do with the God Spark afterwards?
Reply hazy. Try again.
Good answer, honestly.
I'm sure we'll figure something out. Let's just... With the kobolds, we can always say that something happened where a bunch of bad guys found out that, there's a god that we're going to try... That they're going to... a bunch of bad guys found out that they have a super secret god, and that they're going to try to take that god from them. And that way we have basically an army to defend them against the devils. So we have to worry about is trying to convince them later that the Order of the Gauntlet is good. But that's later.
That would be true. And, I mean, we're technically not even lying to them. So, honestly, the kobolds are not that big of a problem. If anything, they're an asset.
They, from what you guys noticed, they did seem to have a standing military. Whether or not that is mostly an honor guard, or they seemed pretty devoted to their god, they're probably willing to fight for him.
Navira,
and some of them were quite big for kobolds.
Navira, if I were to cast tongues on you, would you be able to start drilling them with you and Gayle, possibly?
I could do that. Navira
Alright.
definitely has experience training.
I want them to be prepared, and now but you'll also have to fill them in on the situation.
I can do that.
All right.
And I mean, best case scenario, they just all kill each other, and then we have nothing to worry about. So
That is
we're gotta think of this as the
not what I'd call best case.
Semantics.
I appreciate your input, Gayle.
And I thought Navira had the sketchiest alignment.
Navira, can I get an insight check, please?
Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm not that good at those. Yeah, that's a natural one.
She's had a rough day.
Yeah, no, I don't think she's thinking about that kind of...
This dice is going in the shame corner. I can keep using that.
Everyone else making an insight check with a disadvantage.
All right.
Can't do any worse than me.
Yeah. And there were two clerics in the party, so...
Oh my god. That's amazing. I think that's a dirty 20.
No.
Okay.
No, wait. That's a 22.
Okay.
17.
17.
8.
Gayle and Navira, you guys are like, yeah, this is cool. This is fine. The clerics,
Tar and feathers.
you guys notice that Lady Ushin keeps staring at Navira, and her voice is... The volume is raising, and it is becoming more heated. And Father Imdar is clearly trying to calm her down.
Sorry, you're cutting out
Cut out.
a lot.
A lot.
Yeah, like the entire last part of that sentence.
Everything after her volume is raising.
It was really ironic, actually.
Let's see, sorry.
She took the volume away from me.
Is it okay now? Has it been...
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear
Okay.
you now.
Her volume is raising. She keeps looking at Navira. She's becoming more heated, and Father Imdar is clearly trying to calm her down.
I think Lady Ushin might have caught on to you. I think maybe you should go. And then Tarbek will cast tongues on
Shouldn't I explain myself?
Maybe wait until after.
if you want to try it now, you can, but
I mean, I don't want to exclude you from what is supposed to be a big battle where it's supposed to happen, because if they confirm all their fears, they might not let you come back to the Kobold or to the underground city.
my worry is they'll throw you in prison. And Tarbek is whispering this, just so we're clear.
No, that's fair. All right, I'll head to... And she's gonna walk out kind of dejectedly.
But Tarbek will place a hand on her back and be like, I'm not telling you what to do. It's your decision.
And this is my decision. And she'll leave.
Okay.
Start making her way towards...
Okay.
And you have tongues for 1 hour. And hopefully Gayle can translate.
As soon as Gayle gets to the door, Lady Yushin kind of looks up, and Gayle. As soon as Navira gets to the door, Lady Yushin looks up, and she starts running after Navira.
I'm going to put myself between Navira and Lady Yushin.
I am also going to do that.
Okay. Imdar will kind of shuffle and like put his hand on her. He's trying to comfort her like on his on her shoulder. She is too tall, so it ends up middle back. And
Same.
Imdar will say she doesn't have it, and you can hear Lady Ushin yelling after Navira, "Where is it? Where is the ring?"
What ring? I don't have any ring.
She will spit at you. You are lying.
Tarbek take out his hand and point to the ring of perpetual magic, and then shrug.
She says, "That is nothing compared to this ring. Where is it?"
I worked hard on this.
Navira will her gloves, hold up her hands, and she has nothing on them, scars. And she'll say, I'm willing to swear under zone of truth. I have nothing.
It's the range.
I have renounced everything.
Let's see, what's the range on zone of truth? Make a charisma saving throw, Navira.
Can I forego it?
Sure.
Yeah, she's not gonna try to.
Okay. She will ask, where is Alana's ring?
I do not know. I have heard of that ring. Is that true?
Yeah, you have no idea what she is talking about.
Cool.
And she will like think for a moment, and then she decides to rephrase it and say, where is the ring of wishing?
The ring of what?
Wishing.
I don't know. I've never heard of it.
Lady Ushin will just say, fuck! And then storm off.
I don't mean to be that guy, but how much of the gold did they take to get the mercenaries? Like, how much are they going to need for, 200? I don't know how many mercenaries we're hiring.
Let's see what the Zentarim's day rates are. Zentarim day rate.
Enough left over for maybe a crystal ball or something in a lot.
Yeah, maybe some renovations to a certain fortress. Just spitballing here.
I mean, 10,000's a lot of gold.
It is a lot of gold.
all
They will not need all of it. Let's see, Zentarim. Now, I have a PDF that probably tells you how much they cost, but let's see. If it just happens to be on their wiki. It doesn't, so let's say, how many people did you guys want?
Enough.
Okay. So let's see.
Can we say...
Go ahead.
Like, okay, a hireling has a base cost of 2 GP per day.
Okay.
So, let's say we want... You said the cult was about 100, right?
But we only need to take out like maybe half of them because not all of them.
Most cultists are stupid and easy to kill.
But there's also going to be devils, and that's the part I'm more worried about.
Navira said there may not be that many devils.
Oh, true.
Because they only the ones that are currently on the plane.
So how many do you think we need, Navira? I mean, how many do you think we need, Navira?
A couple of current team, then an army. So at least 100.
100's a good number. So that's 200 gold pieces.
Well,
I will deduct that from...
the Zents are elite mercenaries, so they are going to cost more than hirelings. Let's say it's closer to 1,000.
Okay, 1,000 gold pieces.
9,000 is still a lot of gold.
Still a lot of gold. Still plenty of gold.
Plus there was that 783 that we got last time. My notes are correct.
Yep.
So you still got close to 10,000.
From Fang, yeah.
Did we divide that up, or...?
I assume at this point it's just a group fund, but if you would like to divide it up, you can.
I kept the 10,000 as a group fund because I knew we would be spending a lot of it on, like, the defense of the city. But I don't remember if we split up the other stuff or not. Whatever.
I have written over it bag of holding, so I think we just put it in there.
Okay.
If you-
I'll be the.
Good.
So it was 785.
83.
Okay, so I'll add that to the total. I'm like the team financier, I guess.
Okay.
So we have 9,483 gold pieces. That's not counting the stuff like Tarbek has on hand, I think.
Well, and if to make other preparations that will cost some more money. So Father Imdar kind of, he has dark circles under his eyes, and he just kind of sighs, and he says, I will provide as many Gauntlet members as I can. The Lord's Alliance is still dragging its heels in the Red Wizard investigation, but I will provide as many members of the Gauntlet as I can. I'm sorry about Lady Yushin. This is... She has a lot at stake here. And that does not excuse her rudeness and her actions.
I'm going to put a hand up to Father Imdar and be like, we all have a lot at stake here. It's fine. I understand. Sorry to shush you, but
no, he'll
we're
say
kind of on a clock.
He'll say, there's someone I'm going to go talk to. Perhaps they can round up some more help. I'll have to call in a couple favors, but if you have any preparations to make before the mercenaries get back, I would suggest do them now and perhaps meet back here and he'll kind of, he's like, he asks you what time it is outside and you say it's around midday, and he'll say, he asks you to meet him back here at dusk.
I will give Gayle some money and say, all right, if they need any weapons, the kobolds, make sure they get them. And let's say I'll give her 1,000 gold pieces to purchase weapons if they are necessary.
Cool.
Sorry, I'm just picturing Gayle with a armful of swords.
I've got
it's funny to me. I know that's not actually what she would do, but it's just funny in my head.
They have the bag of holding. It's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, kobolds are short, so it'll be like little tiny short swords. Yeah. I can carry more short swords than...
They're also really jacked, though.
I'll buy clubs, too, then.
Might be a good call. Spears are always a good choice when you have a large amount of people who you don't have a lot of time to train.
Yeah, they're not hard to use. Pointy end goes out. Done. Okay, let's see.
So yeah, spears, short swords, maybe a few crossbows if you can afford them.
Okay, so that's what Gayle's gonna do. What is
I don't want to be
else doing?
Yeah, I don't want to be like a dictatorial character. If anyone else has something they have, and anyone has an idea of what they want to do, just
Navira's gonna go out and she's gonna head to the Kobold City, make use of this ton, start explaining to them the situation, and if she can, organize and start training them. Start setting up a defense both around the Godspark and around any entrance into the city that she can find.
Okay.
I think there's only one, thankfully.
Let's see. Navira's gonna go to the.
Does she also think that there could be magical points of entry?
You think that and you can kind of confirm this when you get back there. You can see where the kobolds mentioned in kind of their creation myth that they had tunneled in before the tunnel collapsed, and you can see where that tunnel is. So presumably someone could use magic to clear a pathway there. But if no one has seen this city in a long time, or presumably ever, in fact, it would be hard to teleport there. Not impossible, but hard. Because they just have to go based on description, and that makes your check a lot harder.
Okay. She makes note of that tunnel to tell Tarbek later, so that maybe he could use the stone shape to, like, completely seal it.
Okay.
So that nobody could use it. She thinks leaving the main entrance clear, so that way if they do need to evacuate, they're not, like, sitting ducks.
Okay.
I don't know. In that case, I think maybe the tunnel we should keep as an emergency exit. Although I guess that would be harder to use.
But also, it's not the obvious way in.
That's true.
So they can't get bottlenecked that way. Or, again, maybe harder to.
All right.
Okay, so
Kaw?
She's gonna get some shopping done.
okay.
More Bengals.
I mean, yes. Also, I think a crossbow, light crossbow. And a couple other things that I'll go into when we have the whole party back together.
Okay. And Tarbek.
I think, yeah, this is probably when Tarbek would do that thing that we talked about. So, there's no, like, lava flows or anything near Underwater Deep?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
So...
Yeah.
Not yet. Tarbek will go back to the Temple of Moradin, and on his way, he's, like, collecting... Like, he probably goes somewhere to buy, like, some mithril or adamantine, some obsidian...
Okay, so this...
Like, just a little.
Yeah, what you were doing will cost money, because...
That's fine.
You are doing something that just will cost money. So it will probably cost you, in supplies, let's say, another 1,500 gold.
That's a lot, but... Oh, and I also have the thing that Navira gave me. Will basically breaking that down mitigate some of the costs?
Yeah, we'll knock 500 off of it. So 1,000.
Okay. You know what? I'm willing to pay because it's really good storyline. And Tarbek will go to the Temple of Moradin and ask to see their forge room. Of course they have a
of course they do. The cleric who's talking to you just kind of points, and it's like the whole temple. Oh yeah, it's huge. It's like the biggest part of the temple, but
Tarbek will just like two thumbs up, like very intensely, and he'll walk to these sort of. I don't know if the anvils are like heated magic.
Yeah, it is a fairly traditional forge, but it's kept running kind of all the time. But it's not necessarily... I guess it is magical in that it's a temple to Moradin. It's kind of a holy... It's a holy place of forging, so it is divine in a lot of ways. Okay, kitty.
All right. He will lay out his adamantine, his mithril, and his obsidian, and a sizable amount of steel, and he will start to say a prayer. And he's not gonna... I think this is probably too advanced for Artisan's Blessing.
Yes, for sure.
And might even be too advanced for Fabricate, but he is going to begin forging.
Okay. So we're working on that. Gayle, anything in particular you would like to get well, weapon shopping. We talked about short swords, spears. Anything else you would like to accomplish, to talk through, anything like that?
I mean, I have 1,000 gold. Like, how much would that realistically buy me?
Let's see. Where's my PHB?
And is there like a bulk discount I can do?
There will be a bulk discount. So let's see.
Swords from Fantasy Costco.
Oh, God, I was waiting for someone to say it.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. How much is a
I
short
mean,
sword?
Gayle
Have
would
a
be a good.
small Land of Kirk emblazoned on the side of them all.
A few of them say made by Tarbek and nephews.
Okay, so let's see.
You're Tarbek tough.
Exactly.
So short swords normally cost 10 gold apiece. You could get a 20% discount if you buy a large number of them. So let's see. Oops. So
Also,
if you bought 100 short swords, that would be $800, let's say, and spear.
How's she gonna get all of this back?
Bag of holding, baby.
Bag of holding.
And I'm sure if you make a big enough purchase, they have like a
dolly.
Yeah.
Can you deliver this to the Kobold City underwater deep? That'd be great. And spears are only a gold apiece, so if you want to buy a bunch of them, you can too. So up to you how you want to do numbers wise and how much you want to spend if you want any money left over for something else.
I'll take, I guess, 100 spears.
Okay.
And then...
So that's 80 gold.
Oh.
So you've got 920 left.
I guess 50 short swords.
Okay. So that's 520 left.
And then I don't know.
A donut.
A donut.
Okay, that's 519 left.
A gold piece for a donut? Jeez.
It's a cronut.
It's a good donut.
Gayle's about to die, so she's indulging. And I guess 100 daggers? Sure.
Okay. Or daggers, they're probably...
Kobolds are small. They just need something to stab with.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, wow, okay. 100, so that's...
Welcome to Kobold Mercenary Simulator.
Okay, so you have 250 left in gold.
And I will keep that for me.
Okay.
Is everyone enjoying the prep time episode?
Okay. Anything else, Gayle?
Nah, I think I'm good.
Okay. Navira, you head back to the Kobold City, and as you enter, the kind of anywhere you walk through, there's kind of a hush as one of the emissaries has returned, and you can see that there are still people worshiping the dragon and all that, and the prince approaches you and says, "You have returned. Excellent. Should we make preparations to raise the city?"
You do need to make preparations, but you can't raise the city just yet. There's an army coming who wants to take your god.
He kind of nods, and he says, the prophecies never said this would be easy.
Nothing ever is.
And he'll say, if you know more, please tell our advisors I will start to gather our troops. And he'll gesture up the stairs to go talk to the vizier and the cleric you guys had met last episode.
All right. She'll begin to walk up.
Okay. And yeah, the king and queen are still on the throne. They greet you again, and the vizier and cleric approach you, and they ask what they can do to aid the emissary in her preparations.
And I start explaining how to set up a defense, like an effective defense around both the Godspark and the entryways.
Okay.
And I'll say we have weapons on the way. And I'm also here to help train any sort, to help train any of your citizens or your army need training. I have extensive knowledge of people, and they will not be easy to.
Okay. Yeah, they'll say, of course, any insight will be incredibly helpful. We will see to it. And they'll point to one of the wings of the palace, and they say there are training grounds through there where we train the honor guard. No one has ever seen conflict in our home, so they are not necessarily prepared for the rage of war. So they'll say whatever you can do to prepare them will be most welcome. And
let's get down to business.
Yeah, you walk through, and you can see the princes started to gather people, and slowly and surely there are a group of people. It looks like the honor guard, as well as some young recruits, able-bodied young people for you to train. So give me... Are you trying to inspire or intimidate them?
I guess she's going for inspiring.
Okay. So make a charisma persuasion check.
I'm actually proficient. See if my dice does better than my other. Nope! It rolled another natural one.
Okay.
Oh no.
It's been a long day.
So you start yelling at all of them, and they're all kind of like, well, who are you? Like, why are we listening to this person? They start to just ignore you in favor of the prince. And the prince will look at you and look at his people, and he'll start berating them in Draconic. And because you have tongues, you can understand them. He says, the emissary has come to help us. How dare you insult the emissary? Like, she has gone out of her way to protect us and protect the god.
Oh boy.
You have done nothing but disrespect her and disrespect this family. So make a...
She's gonna hold up a hand and instead start going like she doesn't deserve this defense, and she's gonna start going more into like visual training, which is just a little bit more intimidation.
Okay, so make another check with right. Either make another persuasion check or an intimidation check.
They're both the same.
Okay.
That's a 15.
Okay, that's much better. So the people start to listen to you. They fall in line and they start running through drills, and you can feel like they are They're picking it up.
Okay.
These people won't totally die when pressed by an onslaught of cultists. They may only sort of die.
You crouch down and hold a spear kind of up. Good.
Anything else, Navira?
I think that's it.
Okay. And Lady Kaw, you are going shopping. Would you like to talk about it now, or do you want to kind of narrate through it when you get everyone back together?
I would like to narrate through when I get everyone back together. Except I am also picking up cross.
Okay. I can't imagine that's very expensive. Probably like 10 gold. Okay. Yeah. That's it. Navira, would you like to stay down there, or do you want to go back to the Order of the Gauntlet at dusk?
Was that me? Sorry, you cut
Yes.
out.
Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, man. I'll have to figure out my settings.
That wasn't you, that was me. My connection's been a little spotty.
Are you staying down in the city, or did you want to go back to the Order of the Gauntlet for that dusk meeting time with Father Imdar?
I will make sure that I leave the training, like the repeat of the drill, in the hands of someone competent, as well as make sure that there is ample guard at the doors and at the God's before I even think of leaving.
Okay. You can kind of, as you're training them, you can kind of pick out the ones who you feel like have really gotten it so far and kind of are, you'd consider the fast learners, and you can pull them out to go guard the Godspark and leave it in the hands of the prince and his various kind of lieutenants to continue the training, and they're getting a lot better at going through it and drill sergeanting in your absence. And yeah, you feel like you've created a decent defense around the Godspark and the city entrance, and enough of the kind of the slower learners are still training.
All right, then I'll head back to the Order of the Gauntlet.
Okay.
Should I make a crafting check?
Yes.
Can I make it with advantage or guidance?
You can definitely use guidance. You can make it with advantage.
Okay.
Since this is kind of Tarbek's thing.
Oh my god. I got a nat 20.
Okay. Then it does everything we talked about. I was gonna not. It does everything we talked about, and you're done.
Okay. And it means I have full liberty to describe it however I want.
Sure.
Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, no, I'm ready to meet back up with the with Navira.
Okay.
So I will actually. I don't know if there's anyone else who's done, but I will definitely go to Navira with this thing.
Okay, yeah, everyone is wrapping up around this time, so you can all get back to the Order of the Gauntlet at this time. So we've got some presentation of things to go over, so let's see who gets there first between two.
It's D&D show and
tell. Okay. Lady Kaw and Gayle arrive before everyone else. Their activities weren't necessarily as time intensive. So if there's anything you would like to say to just Gayle, or do you want to wait for everyone, Kaw?
Yes.
Okay. I got a Gary in the chat. There we go.
Tarbek likes to take his time.
Well,
you can't rush perfection.
It's time
You
intensive.
can't rush these things.
Okay. And at this point, everyone is now back. Navira and Tarbek kind of arrive at the same time. So...
And are we at the Cobalt City, like near the entrance?
Yeah,
No,
I headed back to the...
you're at the Order of the Gauntlet.
Okay.
Because Father Imdar said he wanted to talk to you guys again.
Tarbek has a very large, conspicuously shaped package with him.
Okay.
It's kind of wrapped up in a parcel type deal.
Oh no, it's a very fancy box. The presentation mattered too.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Lady Kaw, why don't you go first, because we kind of skipped over your sequence.
So she just kind of has a canvas shopping bag hanging from one of her arms. She's going to walk over to Tarbek, kind of root around in it, and pull out a little silver bracelet with a charm hanging from it, and the charm is a blacksmith's hammer. She is going to hand that over to Tarbek, and she is going to make the sound of a blacksmith's hammer falling.
Tarbek's just going to give her a big ol' hug.
Then she's going to go over to Gayle, pull another one out, and this one's charmed from it is a little silver key and a little silver lock. She's going to hand that over to Gayle and make the sound of tumblers falling in a lock.
Yeah, I'll just pat her arm.
And she's going to go over to Navira. And instead of just reaching in immediately, she's just going to kind of gesture to Navira to kind of lower her head a little bit. And then very quickly, she's going to pull something from her sleeve, slide it down over one of Navira's horns, reach into the bag, and hold up a hand mirror for Navira to look into.
What do I see? Oh, we're reaching for things.
Ooh.
Okay.
It is a ring that is a horn ornament that is going over Navira's head, and we're going to see if we can get our camera to focus. It is a centered design, which is a black gemstone, and it is just wings on either side of it. And it is an iridescent gemstone, so it'll get flashes of purple, greens, and blues in light.
She loves it, and she's not much of a hugging person, so she'll just reach out and grab in a warrior's grip, and there are tears in her eyes.
And Lady Kaw will make the sound of swords clashing for Navira.
I love it. Okay.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
Everything's fine. Tarbek, would you like to go?
Yes, Tarbek would like to go. Tarbek has this long wooden box. It's very long, almost as long as him, honestly. And he's going to open it up. And inside there is a greatsword. This pristine black adamantine bladed greatsword of dwarven make. It's got sort of a dull pattern etched into it, but you can't quite make it out. At least not yet. The hilt is clearly made of mithril. It looks as though it's got angelic wings for the hilt, not dissimilar to the design that Jay showed you. And embedded in the pommel of the sword, there is a lump of polished obsidian. And Tarbek will hold out the box to Navira and sort of nod.
I don't deserve this.
Take it.
This is... Thank you. And she'll, hold it up very reverently and admire it.
As its predestined wielder picks it up, what happens is the pattern in it lights up.
Holy shit.
And you reveal... Basically, adamantine, it's sort of a very fickle metal, but it does glow when under certain conditions. So the sort of acid etch pattern reveals itself, and there are flames going up along this blade as you hold it for the first time. The blade itself lights up, and it almost looks like it's like lava shining through rocks.
Crap.
In this flame pattern, and as you notice, you pick it up. You notice it is very light. Clearly due to the mithril in its design. And I don't know if you want to reveal its properties to her, or if we should do that later.
I just sent her a message with it.
Okay. And sort of on the side, or you know what? No, that's it. That's it.
She is like, there are tears, like flowing down her face, and she'll like hold it up and like wield it around a little bit, and once she's done, she'll like hold it again and then like kneel down to Tarbek, and she says, "Thank you, my friend. I will fight in here."
Tarbek will sort of take out his hammer and tap Navira once on each shoulder and say, "I have no doubt you will."
Kick some serious devil ass. I love it.
Okay. Appropriately timed as you guys are wrapping this up, you can see Father Imdar is kind of shuffling his way back into the room, and he has with him 4 individuals. An older human woman with short cropped hair wearing heavy armor, a dwarven woman with thick mutton chops, very thick braids. She seems to be wearing leather armor. You would say she's some kind of druid. And a drow who is dressed like a sea captain. Like, she's wearing like a full-on double-breasted admiral's coat. She's got 2 pistols, or she's got a full brace of pistols. She's got a big hat.
I was going to ask, big hat?
Big hat. And there is an older man, a wizard-looking fellow with a long white beard, kind of bald. He's leaning on a staff, blue robes, and he seems crotchety, you'd say, from his walking. Marty's not happy. It's fine.
Would we know who this is? Not as people, but not as characters, but as players.
As players, you guys would recognize the old wizard as N.A. Soren. And he's just kind of like, those teleports aren't cheap. And Imdar's like, they literally cost you nothing. It's not that hard. You're like a level 20 wizard, dude. He's like, to my time is money. I'm very important, and I don't understand why I'm here, or I had to get these ruffians. And
Ruffians. Meanwhile, one of his apprentices is literally like a textbook ruffian.
And he kind of leans on his staff, and he hangs back as Imdar walks forward, and he kind of goes off to the side for a bit. And you can hear the human woman say, "So we're killing the dragon." And Imdar says, "Well, we don't know that yet. We have to kind of see what happens." And she nods and says, "But the dragon will die."
Concentrate and ask again.
And Imdar says, "You know what? Sure. You got it. Let's just..."
Is that...
No, it's... I need you to focus. And he'll walk up to you guys, and he'll say, "I brought some friends who are experts in this Tiamat business." And he'll introduce the human woman as Chadra. The drow is named Audrey, and the dwarf is named Bera.
Pleased to meet you all.
Yeah, and the human
Party's
woman
upset.
just sup.
I can feel Marty being upset from here.
I'm sure he's not happy. Glaring at me through town.
Poor Marty.
Yeah, the human woman's just sup bitches. And the drow and the dwarf are a little more polite, you would say. And they say, and kind of nod, and what would you guys like to do?
I don't know if we want to. We could feasibly
Wave.
Oh, you mean like in the immediate moment? Yeah. So, that whole killing the dragon thing, we're kind of mustering to defend the village that... You know what? I don't know if I'm going to be able to explain this. This is a very complicated situation.
Yes, definitely.
You hired the preeminent dragon fucker on the Sword Coast. I'm a fuck a dragon.
Do you want to Wait, can you please rephrase that?
What? That's what I do. Like with a sword. You fuck them. Because dragons, they just need to be fucked. What do you think I know?
Gale's just laughing.
Navira's gonna give Father Udor a look. This is who you got.
He will say... He kind of puts his hand in his... Or his head in his hands, and he says... Look, they did it once before. I don't know what to tell you.
The village surrounding the... We told you about that, right?
Yeah.
If you kill this dragon, you are killing the god of an entire city.
Yeah, but it's Tiamat, right? Like, Tiamat needs to not be here.
Reply hazy. Try again.
Okay.
Tiamat has apparently been here for several years.
Then I didn't do a very good job the first time. And the other ladies
Yes.
kind of laugh. Well, we'll just have to fix it.
That is
Very doubtful.
very conveniently vague.
Can we at least talk about that? Like maybe have a discussion about what to do about the Godspark without jumping into rash action? You seem like the type to jump into rash action, but I need you to bring the rashness down to like a 6.
I make no promises. My rash kind of maxes out at a low 7.
That's
You mean-
promising.
Bottoms out, right?
Chances aren't good.
Tarbek kind of pinches his into bridges, and I was like, you know what? We need all the help we can get.
Just be warned that if you do kill this dragon, you will have the wrath of an entire city of kobolds, which is currently being trained to fight an army of devils. You do understand that, right?
Yeah, little rat dragons. I'll just kick them.
Oh dear.
They're
These are not...
shittier
She
dragons.
is in for awakening.
She might have a heart attack when we walk into the village. Alright.
You don't know where Lady Kaw got that wineskin from. There's a lot of things dangling from her belt, but oh boy, is it getting used right.
Tarbek will actually extend his hand and ask for a swig.
Navira is next in line. Good God.
She'll look at her friends and say, "Who gets to kill Tiamat twice? Am I right?" And she'll start to walk outside.
All right, so I think now is the time we should
Can we
go.
kill the devils first? Can we all agree on that before we do anything else?
Fine.
Okay, now I think we're gonna go to the city. I mean, I think honestly, we probably have. Do you think we have time to just do it now?
Kill a dragon?
Not a
No.
dragon.
Yeah,
but
let's definitely
devils.
kill that dragon. Chadra finger guns Gayle because she gets it. You know, we're actually down
What do you do
a
that-
wizard. Do you know magic?
That was out of character, but
Yeah.
Some.
Cool.
What's do that thing mean?
Let's kill that dragon. That's what we're talking about, right?
No.
No.
Finger
devils.
Devils.
Devil.
Devils, dragons. They're all evil.
Definitely
Very
not
different.
the same thing.
Not even remotely close. I've actually been trying to get a gold dragon to settle, like, in a volcano to help me. It's a complicated story.
So, a little bit of a question here. What are the logistics of a level 8 character putting a level 20 character in timeout?
I mean, she's just a fighter, so you can certainly try. If you would like to magically do it in some way.
I cast.
Maybe later, not right.
I think it's time we... Like, I'm ready to square up.
Okay. Well, we'll start it. Because we have enough time in the episode to at least do part of it. Okay. So
I'm okay to go a little later this time if you guys are.
well, we're not gonna finish regardless. But
Fair enough.
the Father Imdar gathers up his gauntlet forces. There's maybe 50 paladins and clerics. Lady Savra and Sir Roland appear with 100 Zentarum hired swords, and conspicuously missing is Lady Ushin. But Father Imdar realizes this looks bad to just march through the city. So he sends
Go in groups of 20?
Yeah, he sends people in smaller groups.
And maybe let us get there first just so we can explain what the hell is going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
We're
you
the
guys can
advanced team.
go ahead first, and Father Imdar will kind of hold people back, and then you can see him start sending people like a couple minutes after you guys leave. You guys have a decent head start. Anything you want to talk about, just the four of you, before you get down there?
Well, this is it.
Outlook great.
Have you guys noticed how often we've been like gearing up to go do some really insane, impossible battles lately?
Yes.
Like, is that normal?
It's an occupational hazard.
And quite frankly, I'd say we've got a pretty good record at not dying. We're 4 for 4.
Has it really been 4?
Hmm?
Has it been 4? I thought it was 3.
Well, there's 4 of us, and none of us have died yet.
Oh.
And
That's a good way to look at it.
look, my father used to say he's fine. He doesn't say it as often anymore. So long as nobody dies and the job gets done, it's a victory. He stopped saying that when my uncle died. He was very, very sad about it.
You do realize that if the devils get their hands on me, I'm dead, right?
Look, I'm going to say something to you just in case I don't get the chance to say it. Tarbek kind of dismisses any implications of that offhand immediately. Souls are born free, and horns and a tail don't change this at all. Nobody owns you. Nobody owns your soul. And quite frankly, you are who you choose to be, and nobody is able to forge that path but you. And I don't want you to think that because you were born a certain way, or because you look a certain way, or because you are related by blood to certain people in a certain way, that you are predestined for anything in particular. You are ultimately the champion of your own destiny. And if that speech sounds rehearsed, I have given it 12 times.
Navira will kind of laugh at this. Be like, well, if they do get a hold of me, it'll be nice to know that I died for my own.
That would look great.
Navira's also saying this knowing that she, like a little bit metagaming, that she has increased her strength and also has a really cool new sword, so... She's like, if they get a hold of me, that's a big if.
Oh no, you'll appreciate the sword, the special ability it has.
I know, I'm reading it. It's really cool. She's just like, as like they're walking, she's like thinking, she's like holding it, thinking about it, and she's like, she's like giggling to herself. Like,
And the horn ring is not magic at all, but it looks very.
Look, the horn ring was also very important.
Well, when you think about it, friendship is magic, and therefore...
Exactly.
All
the bracelets are magic.
It's magic. Okay. You guys re-enter the Dungeon of the Crypt, go through it, pass by all your corpses. And
This would be a very well-worn path by now.
It is. There's a nice path through the dust.
Tarbek naturally paves it as he walks.
And as you're walking down the stairs, you can see the kobolds have mounted a defense there. They break it to allow you guys to enter. And
we'll let them know like who's coming and whatnot, and who to watch out for and who to not let in. And also we'll be there directing them, I'm hoping.
Okay. So, let's talk about how you guys want to do this. Okay. How do you want to direct people? So there is the entrance, the Godspark, the palace, and that other tunnel. Where do you want to kind of place your forces?
I definitely want the Zentarum or in the battlefield. So around the defense of like the door and kind of spread out. I think we should put the kobolds more near their god. I think if they're protecting that, they'll fight a little bit harder. They have a little bit more stakes in that game.
You are absolutely correct. And honest, and like a small contingent, if possible, like the honor guard, like literally, like right in front of the Godspark.
Okay.
And obviously Chadra as far away from it as possible.
Okay.
Just on the other side of the room.
You're doing great. And Tarbek will take a small contingent of priests, or basically anyone who knows the Mold Earth's cantrip.
Okay. Yeah, you can grab the priests from the Order of the Gauntlet.
Yeah.
And they have their various stone shapey spells, all the earth manipulating ones.
Yeah.
And you go to the
to
the tunnel. Sorry.
And yeah, just I'll explain that like this is the contingency plan. Also, if anyone tries to come in there, you seal it up as fast as you can, and if anyone gets through, you blast it with everything you got.
Murder them to death.
Navira is also going to take this to remind any magic users that they have resistance to magic, or resistance to fire, and don't do that.
Okay.
Also poison. And necrotic damage? I don't remember. Sometimes.
Yeah, it depends on devils. They have less... You're lucky you're not fighting demons. They have a lot more resistances. Okay, so Tarbek took them there. Sorry, and then... Where is everyone else going?
Navira's gonna plant herself right smack in front of the Godspark.
Okay.
Gayle will plant herself right next to Navira.
Okay.
Behind the Godspark, but still able to see her friends.
And Tarbek will be yeah, probably near friends.
Okay.
Although he will, there's a chance that the Zentrum just tear through the army because we have a lot of Zentrum.
I actually also will take, put a few people of the honor guard and have them take the king and queen to part of the palace. They can survive.
Mm-hmm.
Head to the royal panic room.
Yeah.
Okay, the king and queen and the honor guard.
Now, does Navira want tongues again in case she has to get some battlefield orders or whatever?
She can communicate that stuff pretty well through hand gestures, and she doesn't waste the spell slots.
Okay. Fair enough. In that case, Tarbek's gonna do a little praying. He's
Sounds about right.
mostly in Dwarvish and or Primordial. So I don't know how many of the other party members can understand that.
I cast Augury.
Okay.
No.
Let's see. You get wheel and woe.
Reply hazy, try again later.
Yeah. Where would you like...
Cannot predict now.
So the order of the gauntlets over there.
Paladins, I think, should be closer to the front because smiting devils is kind of their thing.
Okay. And where would you like the heroes? You said you want them away from the Godspark.
Oh, yeah.
Just Chadra.
Chadra, I'm sure, is more than willing to be the very first thing that they encounter.
Okay.
Seems pretty gung-ho about.
I do give I sort of take a protractor and I sort of measure where in the sky I think N.A. Soren would be best placed, and then I kind of just leave it up to his discretion ultimately.
That's if he shows up. He has not decided yet.
It might just be a simulacrum.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's seen this fight 5 minutes, 5 years ago.
You guys are fine.
So that may be you.
Okay. So as you guys are preparing, the various other groups fall in. They go into place. They set themselves up. Pardon me. You talk to the kobolds. You set them into place. And Gayle and Navira are in front of the Godspark, and on the other side are Tarbek and Kaw. They are easy within range. You guys could be as far away as you want. I presume at least 30 feet for healing word and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, if you guys would like, I do have an aura protection. So,
oh, yeah. Good idea. I'm going to move into that.
Yeah, what does your aura do?
Protect.
Is it... You,
yeah, it's the general aura protection.
Okay. Right.
It's plus 3 to all saves.
Plus 3 to saving throws.
Okay.
Yeah. My new Oathbreaker one doesn't cover... it only covers me. And any other fiends or undead within 10 feet, so no.
Okay.
Which sucks because is that one just totally always on? Because it seems a little OP.
Let's see.
Because it's a +3 bonus to all my damage rolls.
Neat.
There's a reason you need a special permission to play an Oathbreaker.
Yeah, plus some of the spells that I got from it. Holy crap.
Treachery never looks so good.
But it's interesting because
I
arguably
mean,
her alignment is
Trickery cleric.
better now than it was before. Okay, let's see.
I'm assuming she can turn it off for fiends that are against her, by the way.
That's what I'm about to look at. Let's see.
I don't know if it's I was reading it last night and I don't know if it specified it.
It doesn't.
Would be kind of dumb if it didn't, though.
Heart of Hate. Which is maybe why it's so good, because it doesn't say it's not... I'll Google it, but right now we'll say it does not affect enemies.
Alright. Cool.
But I may be wrong about that. Because it doesn't say friends.
Because it's not meant to... I think it's because it's not meant to be a player class, is why it doesn't draw a distinction.
But also, that is a somewhat balancing aspect of it, of I'm helping the people we're fighting, which is why... And it doesn't help your friends, necessarily, which is why you get a pretty decent boost to damage, whereas all the other paladin auras are helping everyone. This one is only helping you, so I think that is balancing in the way that it is better than some of the other ones. Okay, let's see. Time. Okay, so you guys set everybody up. You can see the Zentarum are kind of, hopping in place, stretching. The heroes have entered a battle position. They're heroes. They're heroes of the realm.
Technically.
The druid has built herself a stone pillar that she is standing on top of. And the drow keeps checking her pistols and her rapier. Okay. Let's see.
Gayle will ask Navira. Navira, your cult doesn't really have anything that burrows, right? Like any monsters that would just pop out of the ground, making all our work seem kind of pointless.
Do I know if they do?
Nothing. You don't remember bullets or anything like that they had in the city.
Yeah, especially not hunting in Waterdeep.
I mean, there are a lot of catacombs in Waterdeep, and it goes way, way down. I'm just asking, just in case.
I never knew of anything, and it'd be awfully ballsy of them to try and summon the hell.
And they're not ballsy, right? They're just kind of jerks.
Depends on the situation.
Oh no, is that the Tome of Foes?
Oh no!
I'm checking something unrelated.
Of course you are.
Sure.
Did you know there's fiendish remorazes now?
Oh, I wish. You guys be fighting those all the time.
I mean, you can make anything fiendish.
Okay, yeah, I could do some bad things. Okay. Can I get Navira to make a D100 check?
What was that? Sorry, my connection.
D100.
Oh, that's fancy. And also kind of terrifying.
Oh no.
Okay, that cut. 66.
Okay.
Oh, come on! Really?
Ironic!
Really?
That's
a
what
66?
That's what we like to call cruel irony.
It's not. The worst part is it's exactly what I would expect. So it's the opposite of irony. I hate it so much.
Gayle, can I get a D100 roll, please?
Oh God, I've never rolled a D100. How do I do that?
If you have, you should have in a normal set of dice, there'll be one that looks like a D10, but it's got 2 numbers on it.
Yeah, got that.
So roll that one, and then a regular D10. The one with 2 digits on it is your tens column. So if you rolled 60, it's 6. And then if you rolled a 6 on your other D10, it would be 66.
Okay.
So and if you get a 0, it's 100.
I think I rolled a 92.
Okay, excellent.
Or yeah.
Kaw, can I get a D100 roll?
72.
72, and Tarbek.
90.
90? Okay.
90 or 60? I don't know. No,
Yeah,
90. It's not.
The D100 doesn't put a little line under.
It's a 90. It's a 90.
Oh, but
because it's even on one side, odd on the other.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. We'll pick this up next time.
Oh, God.
Andy! Okay, I'm booking a flight to Philly now. I am going to throw something at you.
Catch us next week where we've all rage sprinted to Philadelphia. just for doing this.
Does anybody else have a 3-day weekend coming up? That's enough time for me to drive to Philly, punch Andrew, and drive home.
I you know what? I'm going to Florida next week. I'll do it on the way.
Perfect.
I gotta make the trip to Georgia at some point anyway. Go there.
Yeah, great.
hit
Marty,
Oh no,
way
Marty's got us. He's gonna throw something at Andy.
Yeah,
Okay.
Thanks, Marty.
he can find me at work too. Okay.
4, 1 for each of us.
Yes, please, and as many as you need.
Andy's gonna see me this weekend. Okay. Outros
He can punch you
and
twice.
plugs. Yeah, he probably will too. Outros and plugs. Daniel.
Hi, my name's Daniel. You can catch me on Saturdays at Must Be Fate, and Sundays at Horrible Barovia, and every other Wednesday because I have to wait a whole 2 weeks. That's it.
Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz. You can follow me on Twitter if you like. Okay, if you don't, I'm just happy to be here.
Lady Kaw. Jay.
Hi, apparently my name is now actually Lady
man.
Kaw. No,
I haven't done that in a
Follow me
while.
on
I have
Twitter.
not done that in a while. I'm sorry.
You can follow me on Twitter if you would like.
Look, it's
I'm
both 3
trying
letters.
to be slowly more active in posting my own work, but if all else fails, I retweet a lot of art. So,
And Mira. I almost did it again.
Oh, we're just going full on LARP now?
Yep.
and Mira.
Alright, I'm Mira. You can find me both on Twitter and on Instagram at Birds and Nerds. I just posted a really cool drawing of a full portrait, complete with Tarbek tough armor, but not with their cool new stuff, because just got that today. So check that out. Hopefully I got some cool ideas for pieces coming up in the future, so be on the lookout for that. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I'm Andy Hatton. You can follow me on Twitter at Andy Hatton, with links to the DMs Guild, YouTube, Twitch, and our website, laughingdragonin.weebly.com, where you can find some backstory that explains some of this stuff that's happened. Also watch our other stream, Strike Team Beta, to explain a little bit more of it. And speaking of, next week, Strike Team Beta episode 11, a hero walks into a bar, and we'll pick that up with them crying in the north some more, I'm sure.
Have fun in your bar, guys.
We're fighting off an entire demonic army.
Everyone dies territory.
I might have to make rocks fall at some point. That's something I might need to do.
One last message from Navira. She would like to say from the bottom of her heart, My bad.
Sorry.
Have a good night,
guys.
buddy.
Oop.
Sorry, what? Did you want to say something else, Chad?
No.
No? Okay. Have a good night.
Bye.